Hello and welcome to Rappler Talk Entertainment. I'm Gelo Gonzales. We're joined today by Japanese actor and producer Sho Ikushima and Filipino-Japanese actor Kei Kurosawa. Guys, welcome.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
We're very happy to be here.
Okay, yes. The two star in the upcoming action drama film Crosspoint, written and directed by Donie Ordiales, which follows the lives of washed-up actor Manuel Hidalgo, played by Carlo Aquino, trying his luck in Japan to provide for his expectant wife, and Shogun star Takehiro Hira as Shigeru Yamaguchi, a bankrupt construction manager who finds himself in conflict with his musician daughter. In between these two men is the serial killer Tatsuya Aso, the reward for the capture of whom might just solve our lead's money problems. So Tatsuya is played by Sho, who will now tell us more about his role. Sho, can you talk to us about how you and the director developed this character and how this character is really a central figure that meant something in the lives of Manuel and Shigeru. One is a dad-to-be, and the other one is a very protective father. So talk about that.
So we developed this story 2 years ago, I think. We started about 2.5 years ago. And Donnie and I talked a lot about this Tatsuya character because he is actually essential, because he is the reason for all the dramas in this film. So we modeled off of Japanese serial killer, actual like serial killer Tatsuya Ichihashi. And I also mixed with other like American and different countries' serial killers too, to make this character realistic. But I was lucky enough to, have enough time to talk to director, to talk to Donnie to develop this character, because it's one of the most difficult, like challenging characters I've ever played. So,
This is one of the most challenging. Can you talk about the challenge of?
Because, of course, at the beginning, he still has this kind of sanity where, of course, he is already has been committed crimes. But like in the beginning, I, molested and like murdered this high school girl. And that point, I still have lines, but towards like from the middle, I don't even speak that much. I just have to carry my character with my presence. So I cannot explain or justify my character with dialogue. It's just about my presence and being that portrays who Tatsuya is. So that was like pretty difficult.
Yeah, how many lines has he? Because he was pretty silent the entire time, right?
Yes.
Did he say, only now that I'm thinking about it. Does he say a line?
So like at the beginning, I speak in, like with the high schooler, I talk, and then like I kind of explain how my, how I was brought up or, raised by my father and my family. But after that, I barely speak. I just like,
yeah. That's it.
So
you spoke with the eyes, because we saw in the trailer also the crazy eyes. I was looking for a way to describe it when I was seeing it. Okay, those are crazy eyes.
That's exactly it. Like my eyes and my presence. That's all I had. So. To develop that, like I really had to be in the character, so that was pretty challenging.
Have you ever had a role like that before, where you really had to communicate mostly everything through eyes and movement? Right, movement.
Yes,
and you had a extensive background in dancing.
Yes.
Did that inform your role?
Yes, it definitely helps for me. Like because of course dance is all about the physicality and my movement and body. So like that helped to develop this character for sure. But like this much, I really had. Of course, we always, try to have the right eyes or right look and being for the character. But like this is like really like restricting. Like it was really limited what I can do, because I don't speak. I just have to, speak through my eyes
and your movement and the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. 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 Let's talk about your character. But before that, you're a young actor, and we'd love the audience to get to know you more. Can you tell us about your acting journey so far leading up to this role? And has acting been something that you've loved at a young age?
Yes. At first, ever since I was 6 years old, I've been doing vlogs on YouTube, just making little skits about all the different kinds of people you see in class. I would make like Pokemon skit videos. It's still up on YouTube, but but Aside from that, I focused more on dancing because I started dancing in classical ballet at 3. And then my ultimate goal was to be a K-pop star or a pop star. But things went unexpectedly, and during the pandemic, I got scouted by Star Magic, and they put me under their acting training, and that's where I discovered, working on Crosspoint, that's where I discovered that I actually still have love for acting, and right now it's the thing I love the most. And after Crosspoint, I worked on a TV series called Zoomers, and
So this is an upcoming series.
it's already up.
It's
It's
already
a YouTube series. We have
Okay.
2 seasons already, and we recently won the Content Asia Awards. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Congratulations.
it's something that I want to do for a very long time.
Okay. Talk about your role here as Mayuko. Is this the most challenging role you've had so far? Like show with this killer.
Honestly, yes, it is, because I'm not a fluent Japanese speaker. That's one thing. So I had to study Japanese for a year because I grew up here. My first language is English and then Filipino. And then I also hired an accent coach for my little Japanese lines. So for all my shooting days, it was all challenging. I didn't have a day where I could like relax and talk to other people behind the scenes because, you know, like sobrang chill lang yung magiging eksena ko. But also I had to learn how to sing in a different genre, which was rock. I only sing like bedroom pop acoustic, like very, very soft lullaby vibes. So when I first practiced for the OST, I couldn't reach the notes at all. I was so embarrassed because the band was with me, and I could tell that they were worried for me as well. But I practiced every night at the coin karaoke in Japan, like the cheapest karaoke. Like for 30 minutes every day, I would practice the song. And my mom, who was a singer back then, and my dad as well, they would also like help me on how to like reach certain notes. So that was another challenge. And also,
Were you going to the karaoke alone, or you were with just you?
Yeah, just me.
Just you.
'Cause, there's one near my house, and I live in a small apartment with my family. There's 5 of us in there, and it would be really loud because it's rock.
Yeah.
And then I also had a really challenging scene with Sho-san.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was my first time doing that kind of scene. I thought that it would be very, very hard, but surprisingly, it was the most fun scene to do. Yeah.
Okay.
And as well as crying on
How did you
screen.
prepare for that role, though? I mean, that's gonna bring it to a place of fear, right? When you're going into that sensitive scene.
With him?
Yeah, with him. Was there like you had to feel it within you?
Well, I haven't been in that kind of situation before, so I just really had to believe that it was really happening to me. And I couldn't really get it from a place from my past or whatever.
Of course.
So during that scene, I had to really imagine that it was real. And yeah.
And so your perspective on doing that scene, like, did you guys communicate? Okay, this is how we'll do it.
Yes.
And the director also the input.
With Kei, I think we did it on the spot, and then we had a scene where, you know, I'm chasing her, and she has to throw something at me, and we only had like 2 pairs of glasses, basically, and then like it's made of like candies, and like it's a bit expensive and things, so we only had 2 pairs. I feel like, okay, you cannot miss twice. You just have to nail it.
I think I took my fear from that, from the price of that candy glass. That was the scariest thing.
Okay. Okay, so you had you didn't want to waste.
Yeah, exactly. We only had 2 props. Like, okay, you gotta do
I
it.
would ruin everything.
But you did great.
Thank you.
You nailed it with
Thank
one
you.
take.
Thank you.
So that was fun.
So that was the biggest motivation to nail that scene right away, right?
Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense because we used that at the end too.
Yeah.
You know, so like she was like, okay, everybody's like, okay, can she do it? Can she do it?
And then after that, he kept asking me if I do sport. I don't. I'm like the least, like, I'm not athletic at all. Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then you were gonna talk about the crying scene.
Yes, I did
Right.
cry. That was my first time crying, like acting, like crying. for that I was really worried. I had to talk to my mom multiple times because she has experienced loss as well, and I had to get her perspective on that. And for that scene, to prepare for it, because I was really afraid of imagining something like that happening. So I had to ask my mom to write me a letter, as well as my dad, and then had my mom translate it. And then before shooting that scene, I had to read that in the bathroom, and that's what really worked for me. And
What was the letter about?
well, it was. I asked them to write me a letter as if I wasn't going to ever see them again.
Okay.
And I still have it with me. It was hard. It was hard, but it really helped me a lot, and it made my feelings really like raw and genuine. So, yeah.
Did you have leftover feelings after the scene? Because some actors that happens,
it's
right?
hard
When you
to
get
switch
into the
back
scene.
to the reality. Yeah.
Well,
Was that the experience for you?
not really. Not really. I was quick to bounce back. Yeah, of
Good,
course. It's
good.
important.
That's
It's important to learn how to bounce back quickly.
Reality and
Yeah. Well,
work.
when I finished,
I hope you've been able to bounce back.
oh my god.
We don't know.
Just smiling now on the surface, but like, who knows? I'm joking. Not good.
It was easy for me to bounce back because after filming that, everyone cheered for me, and I started crying again out of joy because everyone, Kuya Carlo was there with me, and Kuya Ian De Leon, and they were telling me that I did great, and that was like the biggest validation ever. So yeah, it was one of the most happiest days of my life.
Did Carlo have acting tips for you?
Not really, because
You didn't have a lot of scenes.
I was with him a lot behind the scenes, but we didn't really like talk about that kind of stuff that much. It was more of with Takehiro Hira-san. He would always, every time we would finish a take, he would always like make a little suggestion, and then he would always like say stuff like, "Oh, good job, Kei, you did well." And
Was there pressure working with Takehiro-san, being this,
So-
just an Emmy winner?
Oh my god, I'm just an
Just a
Emmy
Shogun
winner.
Emmy
Yeah.
winner, right?
I was so nervous. So the first day on set was the first day I met him was during the fitting, but I didn't get the chance to talk to him. So that was the second time meeting him, our first day on set. I had to sit beside him inside the van. And then before getting in the van, I had to, of course, I love coffee, so I had to buy coffee from 7-Eleven. And it was really cold, so I had like hot coffee with me. And I didn't know that the van was going to be packed, and he was right beside me. And I was like, so we chit-chatted a little, and then he fell asleep. And I never got to drink my coffee because I was so scared because the van was moving. I was so scared that I would spill it on him. Because I'm a bit clumsy.
That would be-
and I was like,
That would be a story. to
Yes,
tell.
still.
I was so sleepy too because I didn't get any sleep because I was really nervous. But then he was sleeping right beside me, and I was just like frozen, and like. Yeah, but then towards the end, I got really comfortable with Hira-san, and sometimes they would drop us off at the same train station, and it was a really nice experience. And I even gave his daughter some candies from Japan. So
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have a deeper appreciation for acting after this? role?
Yes, definitely. At first, of course, I didn't grow up acting. At first, it was kind of like it. When I first started, or before going on set, I had a lot of self-doubt. Of course, because I didn't have a huge background like Sho-san, everyone else in the film. So I knew that I had to like make triple efforts to bring this character to life. And yeah, but after filming Crosspoint, witnessing everyone and how professional they were, and despite all their success, everyone was still very down to earth and very warm and welcome. It made me, looking at them, it made me want to be just like them. I gained tons of role models here, not just among the cast, but also among the crew. So it really inspired me to also try working behind the scenes as well. Yeah.
That's really amazing to hear, and we are looking forward to more acting work from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So,
Yes.
you started with dancing, right? And you have an extensive background in dancing.
Yes.
And then you were telling me a while ago that you moved back to Japan because of the earthquake, 2011, right? Then that's when you really started to act seriously?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so where does Crosspoint rank in your body of creative work? That's I'm sorry, that's absolutely a heavy question.
But like,
Yeah, your
it's
assessment
definitely.
now.
I mean, it's the number one for me, like personally, because I produced it too. But I have so much love and passion for this project, and like the character was super challenging. So it's like my best work so far. So like, I really hope that people can get to see it.
Okay. There was also talk that it really took a lot of effort to put up this project, right?
Yes.
Can you talk a little about that?
Because yes, it is. I've produced like a short film and like dance more art house kind of film before, but it was my first feature, and it became an international project. So that was totally new to me, and also we had to kind of bridge the Filipino way and Japanese way of working, which is like pretty different. Like workflow is different. So we had to kind of figure out the middle ground so that we can work comfortably together. And also we wanted to make it into like world standard. So we, like in Japan, say like sometimes people shoot like 18 hours a day, and then people sleep like 3-4 hours and you're back on set, the next day, like 5 a.m. or something. But like, we really didn't want to do that. We wanted to take proper like break time between shoots so that, we try to keep it 12 hours shoot time so that people can get rested and fresh be on set again. So we kind of kept that rule, and that definitely, had financially, a bit of difficulty. So we had to find ways to how to make it work. And also, I was producer, so I was, being nice and, nice to people and trying to figure out, solving problems. But at the same time, my character is like this freak, right?
Yes,
so
menace.
Yes. So I had to find that time too, at least once a day, like few hours, 2 hours or 3 hours. I wanted to work on the Tatsuya character too. So either I wake up like 5 a.m. or I stay up like late so that I have my lone time to work on Tatsuya. But during the day, I'm just like emailing, meeting people, chit chat, being happy as a producer.
That sounds like a really difficult time.
But
I mean, you were shifting between this nice producer
Exactly.
persona, and then you also had to work on this.
But that gave me this kind of like a weird, like in the middle, I started to get that flow, and then like that made Tatsuya, I think, even more crazy because, of course, he didn't get caught, and then towards the end, he was like, from the appearance too, he was kind of crazy person. But at the beginning, he looks like seemingly nice dude who was trying to help this high schooler.
Yeah.
So that was his way of getting in. Like he was like being nice. He looks fine. He looks normal. And then he changes to attack those girls. So like I used that as my process too. Like he can switch, and he has those like dark side in him, but he's really good at hiding. So that kind of crazy work schedule too was like feeding to Tatsuya's character too. And like in the manga kissa, the cubicles, like suddenly his eyes change, and that's the moment he kind of goes into that direction. But until then, he looks like, maybe he's just like trying to help this girl. But like, so it's quite interesting for me as a journey, this production, and as an actor combined in this process.
It's your first time.
Yes, it
to
is.
be producer. Was it what you expected it to be, or was it more, oh no, what did I get myself into?
Exactly. The latter one. Like, whoa, like I thought it's cool because I get to work on a story that I want to work on, also with the actors and directors or crew members, staff that I want to work with. So I was like, okay. At the beginning, it was great. Like, this is gonna be so much fun. But like, whoa, I mean, that means there's a lot of like responsibility and like work that I have to figure out how to, make it flow. And Yeah, it was definitely a great learning experience, but that character and doing that was like, I definitely would do it differently next time.
Yeah. The director yesterday was talking about, having the creative freedom
Yes.
to actually write the stuff that they want to write, right?
Yes.
And maybe that helped also because you
Yes.
were coming from a real creative background,
Yes.
right? And you understood that for creative things to work, you have to let the creatives work.
Exactly.
Right?
So we have to give the space and time for the team to develop something that they want to do and dream of, because otherwise, why we do this work? We work so hard to make this happen. So like we really wanted to make the dream come true. So.
How did you and director Donie got involved in the first place?
So first, I wanted to do this like a dance film project, and I was looking for directors in Japan. And then Donie was one of the directors that I met at the time. And then pandemic happened, so the dance thing didn't happen. We couldn't make it. But during the pandemic in Japan or in Tokyo, government funded artists to do a smaller project. We had restrictions, how many people, how to do it, protocol kind of things. But we did a short film together with me and Donie and some other actors. So that was our first time doing it, and then we had a great chemistry together there. And then we were talking we want to do more, we want to do some collaborations. And then this Crosspoint, the script came. So we were like, do you want to do this? And then Carlo Aquino joined, and then things changed like drastically. Of course, the star.
As he was saying, it was first going to be an art house
Yes,
film
yes.
type, right?
And then, of course, because I'm an actor too.
But there were elements that were that are in the movie now.
Yes,
that were
yes,
in the
yes,
original draft.
Definitely.
What was your reaction reading the first draft?
And then he offered me Tatsuya character too, so I was like, oh, I really want to try this. But of course, there was a fear. Can I do this? Being a producer and also playing, portraying this crazy character. So there was a lot of pressure, but I wanted to take that challenge and, make it into reality. So that was something.
You've been watching the serial killer stuff on the Netflix and
Yes,
stuff, right?
exactly.
The Jeffrey Dahmers
Yes,
and
yes,
Menendez brothers. Right?
So
There's really a deep fascination for serial killers.
yes,
Right?
I mean they are interesting. Of course, it's in a horrible way, but they are definitely attractive as a person. I think a lot of serial killers do attract people, and then they have ways of getting into people's life and personal sphere in a very unique way.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting.
Okay, you're Filipino-Japanese,
Yes.
right? So just talk about this exciting project where you got to experience both Japanese and Filipino culture
Yeah.
in one movie.
Yeah.
And you can answer too after.
Yeah, it was the best of both worlds for me because, of course, I love the Philippines. I love our culture. Mas sanay ako sa Filipino culture because I'm really close to my mom. And my mom's side of the family, we're very vibrant and loud and very happy-go-lucky. And, of course, before working on Crosspoint, I did some guestings for TV shows here in the Philippines and have experience working with Filipinos on set. And as expected, the staff, the crew, very, very happy-go-lucky, very funny, and we have a really good time on set, and everyone's really easy to get along with.
So the Japanese are more strict.
Oh no! Honestly, I thought that would be the case.
Yeah.
So coming to Japan and getting ready for Crosspoint, I was really. Because I'm a really nervous person. I'm nervous about everything. I'm worried about everything. I'm really shy.
She was really shy.
I was really shy at
No,
first.
not
I
anymore.
couldn't. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to grow like a butterfly. But I was really shy and very timid. Always just staying in one corner.
Yeah.
Then meeting everyone in Japan and working with staff from different
We had maybe
cultures.
8 countries.
Yeah.
People from 8 or 9 countries, our crew members. So
Yeah.
it was very international in that sense too,
Yes.
I think.
Everyone, even if they're all from different backgrounds, different cultures, different countries, they were all very nice and warm and respectful towards me. And I thought that I would have a hard time getting along with people because I was a rookie. And of course, they would prioritize the bigger actors more, but everyone was so welcoming, and everyone treated me as like equally with the other stars, and all in all, it was really nice, and I learned a lot from these people, and it also made me more confident in myself, more self-confident, and learning all that self-belief from all these people, and feeling all this respect from everyone in the set.
Yeah.
Nabaon ko siya here, like going back to the Philippines, and it helped me grow as a person. It helped me believe in myself more. It made me appreciate myself more as a person and as an artist. And
It's an important step in your
very much so. Yes.
I'm just gonna ask about Mayuko again. Was she a character that you could relate to? You know, her dad wanted her to have a stable career, right? And then your character wanted to pursue something in the creative field. Was this a character that you could easily relate to?
Yes, very much. When I saw the script, I was like, wow, she's just like me. Because I do songwriting. In fact, I released a song just last August for our TV series. It was our OST, and I created it with Harvey Bautista and our team. For this, when I first read the script, I wasn't really into singing that much, because I didn't really believe that I could really be a singer. And so it was a great opportunity for me to finally, sing on screen. So that was one thing. And also, I didn't grow up with my dad beside me like all the time, because I grew up here in the Philippines with my mom, and then my brothers were working in Japan, and my dad never lived here in the Philippines. And for my very important milestones, of course, it's not his fault. I love my dad. He's the sweetest person ever, and I'm a daddy's girl too. But it makes me really sad for, alam mo yun, sa debut, graduation, prom, like he wasn't by my side, and I would always get jealous of other classmates who would have their dads with them all the time during family day. So that was one thing that I could relate to. And then as for the stable job thing, at first my mom wanted me to be a dermatologist, because of course it was more stable. But then when when I got the offer to work for Star Magic, she was the first one to be really proud of me and really pushed me in that direction, when at first I thought that she wouldn't be as supportive. Especially when she saw the film yesterday, she really wanted me to continue for a long time as well. And
Was it her first time seeing the movie?
yes, it was her first time as well.
What did she say?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, she was in tears. She was crying. And then as soon as she got home, she was talking to everyone at home, and my brother was waiting at home, and she was rambling about it for 4 good hours, just praising the film, praising me. And she's really my biggest critic.
Oh, really?
She's super duper strict on me. Whenever I'm singing, she would always tell me, "Oh, you're off key. Why are
Because she
you
was a
singing?"
professional singer.
Kind
Kinda,
of, yeah. My dad as well. They would always bash me, whenever I'm singing. They would always tell me, "Oh, what you're singing through your nose. You're not singing through your stomach." What? They're the most critical people in my life, and I really appreciate it, because it's really constructive and it helps me a lot. But then this time, she had nothing but good words to say about me and the film, which made me really happy. And yeah, I want the same thing for Mayuko as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. This film looks amazing. It sounds amazing, and the story is up to an international level. Right? What are your hopes for Japanese cinema? I mean, we've seen the K-wave.
Yes.
What's your hope for Japanese entertainment industry?
I think
Specifically films.
we talked about it at Cannes this year. Director Greta talked about it. We don't have sales agents in Japan too, to sell those smaller movies to the world. Of course, bigger major distributors, they have that international department, they can do it. But there are so many good movies in Japan too. I believe that in Philippines too. But they don't have, they are not found yet in the world. So I really wanted to give it a shot to our film, that to prove that Asian contents, Asian films like Japanese and Filipino films can compete in the world too, even if it's not from the major distributor, or major productions. So I would like to keep collaborating among ourselves, like Asian countries, and then to make something that can really go into the world and have amaze the world.
This is a movement that you'd like to be a part of.
Yes.
Pushing Japanese cinema.
Yes.
And Asian cinema in general.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Kei, how would you pitch the film to a prospective viewer? What would you tell them to entice them to watch?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I mean, there's so many good things
Surprise
to say.
question.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
that wasn't casual at all. But, I'm really proud of this movie. It's amazing, and Direct Donie and the team created this movie not with the objective of showing Filipino talent and Filipino true to life stories to the world, and we made this movie not to imitate, Hollywood films, Japanese films, but to create our very own style and perspective on Filipino lives, Japanese lives, and just being able to showcase everything like on a world stage without having to imitate other countries, so that would make it stand out more.
Specific style.
And also, this movie is not just a simple action film where just two people making impulsive decisions, but there's lots of depth in it. They have their reasons, family reasons, and if you look through the movie, there's lots of layers in it. Yeah. Especially the message of the importance of family, especially like father, son and daughter relationships.
And this is a relatable story because there's basically an OFW involved, right? There's the diaspora that you have to leave for another country for the sake of your family.
Yes,
right?
yes, very, very. Because I grew up with a lot of people who work in the Philippines. Of course, my mom's friends and who work in the entertainment scene in Japan, and it's really, it really happens in real life. So,
And these are dads who will go through up to the lengths of, hunting down a very dangerous serial killer for the sake of,
family. Yeah.
Right. And what would be the takeaways that you'd want audience to get from this?
I think
that's a final question.
I think, of course, there is always hardships in life. Life is not always bright and happy. So you just have to, take it in, find a way how to solve the problems, and then, of course, family values, right? Like you always want to do something for the people around you that you love. It's not always about you. Sometimes individualistic countries, like you always think about, you prioritize yourself too much. But sometimes you have to make choices that you wouldn't do unless for the loved ones. So I think, of course, they took a very extreme choices, but it was for the family. And I think it is important to, be united with the family and be the loved ones. So I hope that people, of course, it is an action thriller movie too, but yet at the bottom of the movie, like there's a love for the family, and I hope that people can feel it.
Yes.
Through this film.
Yes. That's what I was talking about with another guy yesterday. Like, okay, it looks like an action thriller, and then watching it, it's really about dads who love their families. Right?
Yes.
That's trying to protect them, trying to provide.
Yeah.
For them.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Please go ahead and invite them to watch the film. That's the camera.
Kei-san?
Hi everyone, mga kababayan. Sana po masubaybayan niyo po ang Crosspoint. Lalabas na po nationwide in all theaters starting October 16. So please, starring Carlo Aquino, Takehiro Hira, Sho Ikushima, and many other super award-winning actors from Japan and the Philippines. So please do enjoy this film and watch it with your family and friends. I promise you, you won't regret it.
And Philippines is the first country that people can watch in the world. So please go to the cinemas and enjoy the film firsthand. Thank you.
Yes.
Where's your Filipino?
Ah!
You were practicing earlier.
Okay! Masaya ako na nandito ako. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. So, Kei, thank you for coming by.
Thank you,
And
Thomas.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want to continue the conversation, do download our Rappler Communities app where we can continue to talk about today's best new movies on the Pop Culture channel. I'm Gelo Gonzales. This has been Rappler Talk. See you again another time. Yay!
Yay! That was fun!